In just a matter of months, you will be seeing less Gap storefronts as the parent company of the retail giant says it plans on shutting down half of the brand's stores globally in the next 2 years.
I think it's had its time. They really haven't changed much or tried to differentiate themselves, so they really haven't changed since the 90s. Big Gap logo, GAP, like what else has changed?
Gap has been around for years. Everybody remembers wearing their Gap sweatshirt.
Absolutely.
So does this come as a surprise to you at all?
No, we've seen Gap struggle a little bit over the last, call it 5 to 10 years. So it's sort of that hollowing out of middle retail where, you know, Gap and a lot of the stores, the branded stores that we all knew in the 90s, a lot of them are struggling right now and they're having to close stores.
Gap has yet to comment on how many of the 230 stores it will be closing in Canada, but says the majority of closures will be in North America. Gap is just the latest retailer to begin shutting down brick-and-mortar locations. Payless Shoes recently announced it's closing 248 of its Canadian stores, saying it's ill-equipped for the market. Victoria's Secret is closing 3 Canadian stores as part of a plan to slash 53 locations worldwide.
Doesn't surprise me. People are going towards online shopping.
Do you online shop?
Yeah.
You do?
I'm guilty.
You look at the fact now that Amazon is going to become one of the top number 1 or number 2 clothing retailers in the U.S. and soon to be Canada. So people are very comfortable now shopping online. And Gap is one of those easy targets. They don't have a brand that has as much cachet as some of the other brands maybe at the higher end. And, you know, they're a little higher priced than Old Navy. Old Navy will continue to do well because it's low priced, good value.
The company also announced plans to split its brands into 2 publicly traded companies, with Old Navy falling into one business and Gap Banana Republic making up another.
What the company's trying to do is separate the Gap banners, Banana Republic banners into one entity and have Old Navy as a second one, really to get a higher multiple. So the stock market will recognize Old Navy as a separate entity and give it a higher share price, higher stock multiple based on it having superior performance.
Having 3 kids, Old Navy is a lot more affordable. So, and we like finding a deal too. You don't usually find a deal at the Gap.
Gap says it hopes these closures will actually help in developing future growth when it comes to stores, outlets, and online offerings. Maleeha Sheikh, City News, Toronto.